Hey guys, welcome back to Fancy Tip. Max with you guys for the first time of the regular season, presenting to you the weekend ads for week 2, where I offer the best available options under 70% rostered. Without further ado, here is the schedule for Friday and Saturday. We have the Minnesota Wild, the San Jose Sharks, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Marco Rossi tops my list at number 1. He's centering the hottest line in the league right now between Boldy and Kaprizov, who are both in the top 3 for points after 4 games. Eklund and Tyler Toffoli have identical 1 goal, 1 assist, -2 through 3 games. They are both PP1 on the Sharks. Anthony Cirelli is less of an offensive threat, but he gets really good deployment and plays with Jake Gensel. He's got 3 points through 4 games. Will Smith has 3 assists in 3 games, although they came in the same game. He's on the PP1 as well, but centers line 3, so he's a little lower than Eklund and Toffoli for streaming options. Bjorkstrand is a middle 6 Tampa player who has the luxury of playing on the PP1 with Kucherov. He had 1 point in each of the first 3 games this season. Tarasenko is one of my bounce back candidates. Excellent last round pick so far. He's got 4 power play assists through 4 games, plays on PP1 with Kaprizov. I would note that he is -4, so plus-minus leagues, beware. Jeff Skinner gets a chance on the top line with Celebrini. He started the year with a goal in the first 2 games of the season and plays PP2. Philip Kurashev is the one who completes the first line in San Jose. He's a PP2 option. Michael Miza played on line 3 and PP2 Wednesday night. It was his first game in the show. 15-minute time on ice, 2 face-offs, 2 blocks. He is a boomer bust option for the weekend. I do like him very much. He's going to be a very good player, very complete. And finally, Wenberg, Foligno, Hartman, Gord are all deeper league options. Wenberg plays with the more offensive players in Eklund and Toffoli on line 2. Foligno and Hartman have the safer floor. Gord is a good speedy line 3 center, but he doesn't touch the power play in Tampa. Let's take a look at Friday and Sunday. We have the Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, Utah Mammoths, Vancouver Canucks, and Washington Capitals. I find it surprising that Patrick Kane is only 50% rostered. Solid place on the PP1, 2 goals, 3 assists in the first 4 games with 3 coming from the power play. He is an elite boomer bust option. Brock Baser had 40 goals 2 seasons ago and 25 and 75 last year. Easy streams and standards if available. Frank Nazar and Kirvo Teravainen after. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2025. The Chicago Blackhawks have scored the most goals in the league through 5 games. Teravainen and Nazar are tied with Connor Bedard for team lead with 6 points each. They are a very surprising +3 and +4 respectively, which is very nice. They've also played 3 of the 5 games away from home, which is very encouraging if you're a Hawks fan. I'm huge on Evander Kane when he's healthy. I had to pace myself not to put him in the top 3 right now, as he only has 1 point through 3 games. 7 shots on goal, 12 hits shows us he hasn't slowed down one bit. He gives a great floor. Marco Kasper plays between Patrick Kane and DeBrincat. I'm personally streaming in 2 leagues this week. I expect and hope for a little more peripherals come the weekend. Kiefer Sherwood, the hit king. If you're in a banger league, he's unavailable. He started the year with 3 goals in 3 games with 16 hits. Now, why do I have him ranked so low? Deployment. 4th line and no power play. I personally just cannot trust in most points leagues if he's available. Of course, this is only for shallow leagues. I don't think his production is sustainable. He does have a phenomenal floor, though. Colton Dach is on the top line with Bedard. No power play, but 27 hits through 5 games gives him a safe floor and a super high ceiling. Nick Schmaltz, top line, top power play, 3 assists in 4 games. Anthony Beauvillier, top line with Ovechkin and Dylan Strome is a beautiful place to be. Side note, I packed his fantasy card in NHL 26, so I'm rooting for him heavily this season. Connor McMichael, Ryan Leonard, they might be getting more responsibilities if Pierre-Luc Dubois is out for the rest of the week. Even then, they're probably not touching the PP1 and remain decent boomer bust options. Philip Hedl is my sneaky pick of the week. Hedel is PP1 in Vancouver and centers Evander Kane and Connor Garland in what I like to call the reject line. They've all been traded to Vancouver and now play together. Hedel is in line for a breakout season. Tyler Bertuzzi finally got on the score sheet last night. He's a PP1 line 2 option for Chicago, but will often leave fantasy managers really frustrated when he doesn't produce. Boomer bust option. And Barrett Hayton, line 1, PP2 in Utah. Now, for deeper leagues, we have Andrei Burakovsky, who had 2 goals, 1 assist through 4 games. He's on the first line with Connor Bedard and Colton Dach. He's had a 61-point season before. I think he's a deep sleeper right now. Emmett Finney is on the first line in Detroit with Raymond and Larkin. He has 2 assists, plus 4, 5 shots, and 11 hits in 4 games. Real hockey fans knows how good 7th round picks in Detroit can become. And I know Lucas Reichel exploded for 3 points on Wednesday, but as of right now, he's still on the 4th line with no power play time. I don't trust him, so I'm fading for the weekend. Obviously, keep an eye out on his deployment. For Saturday and Sunday, we have the Boston Bruins, who are playing in Colorado and Utah. Edmonton Oilers on the East Coast facing Detroit and New Jersey. Slightly a better schedule than Boston. It's funny enough, I have Andrew Mangiapane at number 1 here. He's not even on the PP1, and I've never been a big fan of him. But here I am, streaming him in multiple leagues. 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points through 3 games with the Oilers. Top line with Connor McDavid. And his ice time makes me optimistic, going from 11 minute 19 seconds to 17 minute 36 seconds in the last game. The Oilers like to switch up their lineup, so you always have to double check on game day. If you don't have that luxury, I still believe Mangiapane will get at least a point or 2 on the weekend. Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm, and Pavel Zacha, basically the entire PP1 back-to-back on this list. Morgan Geekie's shooting percentage is still way up there from last season. Lindholm and Zacha have a great start to the season, but now the Bruins are going on a difficult 3-game road trip starting Thursday. I think they might end up being trap streams, but it's not like we have a bunch of options for Saturday and Sunday. David Tomasek is the real value deal here. Line 1, PP1 with Edmonton, but that's resulted to 1 assist, 9 shots, and 2 hits through 3 games. Tomasek is not a rookie. He's a 29-year-old accomplished player who's played in 4 professional leagues before making the jump to the NHL. Imagine getting 57 points in 47 games in Karlstad, Sweden, then playing top line, top power play with McDavid the next year. It's exactly what's happening with him. He's living the dream. We can call him a boom or bust option, but he's going to have to start producing. And if he does, it should be this weekend, or else he'll become a bottom 6 option in Edmonton. Middlestad and Arvidsson, boom or bust options. Line 2, if they don't get points, they'll be useless. And finally, Adam Henrique closes the list with a little bit of everything. 3 shots, 24 face-off, 4 hits, 5 blocks through 3 games. Gives deeper league guys a nice floor. He is the PP2 center in Edmonton. Probably won't see much of the ice, though. Now on to defensemen. Okay, I know Philip Ronek has 0 points, but guys, the deployment is crazy. 21-52, above 27 minutes in the second game, and right under 25 minutes last game. 9 hits, 6 blocks through 3 games. Top pairing with Quinn Hughes and PP2 quarterback. The points will come. Be patient and enjoy the safe floor for now. I love me some Matthias Ekholm. Just like Ronek, he hasn't hit the score sheet yet, but his ceiling is high on Edmonton. He's a great shot blocker. He shoots. He does get residual points from McDavid and Draisaitl Magic. John Klingberg is the PP1 defenseman in San Jose. He is day-to-day right now, so keep a close eye on him. He's got 2 power play points in 3 games so far. Jake Wallman should play his first game this weekend. Another great shot blocker who puts the puck on net and will get you a point every 2 games. Of course, he can also get residual points with all the talent Edmonton possess. Sam Rinzel, PP1 option in Chicago, boomer bust. And should John Klingberg miss time, Dmitry Orlov would get a massive boost. Still, he's doing very well early on and is a very good weekend option. Nikita Zadorov, 23 hits, 9 blocks in 4 games. You can't go wrong with him. Sandin is a hit or miss, PP2 defenseman. Fehervari covers a lot of stats and gets a point every 3 games. He has the safer floor out of the two. Jared Spurgeon, next, he took Brock Faber's spot on the PP2. Bouillon has the PP1. He's got 1 assist, 5 shots, 5 hits, and 9 blocks in 4 games, which is not bad. Simon Edvinsson, 5 shot, 5 hits, 11 blocks in 4 games. No power play time, but the kid keeps on getting better. Now, for deeper leagues, under 1% rostered, Tyler Myers has 3 shots, 6 hits, and 9 blocks through 3 games. Sandin Pellikka in Detroit has deployment. 2 of 4 games played above 22 minutes. PP2 option, 4 shots, 7 blocks, high risk, high reward. And Andrew Peak, 1 assist, 6 shots, 4 hits, 13 blocks through 4 games, also has a great floor. Now, here are the goalie options this Sunday. We have 4 games in action, including Vancouver and Washington. Charlie should get the start on Sunday against the Canucks at home if Thompson plays Friday. It's a very winnable matchup. The Caps have 3 wins in a row already and are in the middle of a home stretch where they could take a nice lead on the division already. Expect the Caps to overwhelm Vancouver at home on Sunday. Spencer Knight has faced 2 top 10 offenses since the start of the year in Florida and Montreal. He gave 5 goals on 58 shots against both teams combined before Montreal scored in overtime. That's a very decent record against the Cup champions and a Canadian team who scored 15 goals in 4 games. Knight then impressed against Utah, giving up 1 goal. And just like that, Chicago has 2 wins in a row. Chicago needs to win the winnable games at home, and this one is it. I see Chicago pulling away by a few goals and a solid performance by Spencer Knight. Now, any Edmonton goalie, either you're going to cry and one of them will ruin your week, or you'll scream of joy and they'll get a shutout. At your own risk and peril. I do like to gamble on the Oilers goalies. The highs are super high, the lows are super low. If Vitek Vanacek gets Friday, he for sure won't get Sunday. But if he does play on Sunday, this is an even matchup. Boston has been playing well, but Utah is at home. They've only scored 8 goals in 4 games, which is the worst average league-wide. They need to be better, and I personally think this is a get-right game for Utah. Cam Talbot is undefeated at 3-0, beating Toronto twice in Florida. Super impressive. This is the game back to reality. Detroit might win this game. I think it's going to be a score fest, but I expect the Oilers to score at least 4 goals on the road and hand Talbot his first loss. Korpisalo might be getting Colorado Saturday. Utah on Sunday is just a tad better, but like said previously, Utah needs a get-right game, and I don't trust Boston on the road. Also, this will be their 3rd road game in 4 nights, so fatigue will be a factor. Pretty confident Demko will get the start for Vancouver, but even if Lankinen play on the road in Washington early afternoon, it's a nightmare matchup. Now for categories, we have Ryan Hartman, 4.5, Schmaltz, 4, Lindholm, Tomasek, Hedel, Garland at 3, Skinner, Will Smith, 2.7, and Lucas Reichel, 2.5. For blocks, Chernak, 3.8, Liljegren, Andrew Peak, 3.3, Tyler Myers, 3, Matt Roy, Fehervari, Simon Edvinsson, 2.8. For hits, we have Zadorov and Brandon Tanev, at 5.8. Dak 5.4, Sherwood 5.3, Trennan 4.8, Evander Kane 4, Duane 3.8, Dellandrea 3.7, and Lawson Krause 3.5. For faceoffs, Elias Lindholm, King at the top 13.3, Cirelli 10, Dellandrea 8.7, Dickinson 8.5, Adam Henrique 8, Hartman, Hedel 7.87, Nazar 6.8, and Sean Corrali 6.5. And that's it for my first episode of the regular season, guys. I hope this helps you guys. If you like the content, click the like button below. Subscribe to Fancy Tipped for more advice. I hope you all win your week. Have a good weekend, guys, and I'll see you guys next week.